Graduation Day is always a day of rejoicing, for it marks the conclusion of an educational journey and the commencement of another more uncertain and more difficult part of man's quest for a better life and future. Truly, today signifies the culmination of many years of hard work in the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Knowledge that will enable a person to embrace opportunities and take on challenges with clear vision and purpose. Welcome to the third commencement exercises and first ever virtual graduation ceremony of Nueva Ecija High School, Senior High School with the theme, Sulong, Edukalidad, Pagtataguyod sa Kinabukasan ng Bayan. The third commencement exercises of Nueva Ecija High School, Senior High School is now in order. To begin with, let us all praise and give thanks to our Almighty God, which will then be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem and Region 3 hymn.
Receive your forgiveness, O Lord. Lord, we lift up to you all these gifts we offer for your glory. We will eat this living bread, we will drink this saving cup, and feel your presence, O Lord. As we offer this bread and as we bring you this wine, bless them, Lord Jesus. Feed us now, give us life. Send us your spirit, the source of our lives, and together we will serve you with love. As we
kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, helas ng sinakanan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyak ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa dagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagtitindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magtitindig. Lumalang araw ng walhating pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya ng pagkay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
DepEd Region 3, ang ningning ng tagumpay mo'y di magmamaliw. DepEd Region 3, ang laurel ng kagalingan ay sulong mo. DepEd Region 3, ika'y maog at sandigan ng karunungan, ika'y patnubay sa mitatanglang sa pag-ani ng tagumpay. Parangalan natin, ipagpunyi natin ang DepEd Region 3. DepEd Region 3, ang ningning ng tagumpay mo'y di magmamaliw. DepEd Region 3, ang laurel ng kagalingan ay sulong mo. DepEd Region 3, ika'y maog at sandigan ng karunungan, ika'y patnubay sa mitatanglang sa pag-ani ng tagumpay. Parangalan natin, ipagpunyi natin ang DepEd Region 3. Parangalan natin, ipagpunyi natin ang DepEd Region 3.
To formally welcome us and give an opening message, the School Principal 2 of Nueva Ecija High School, Senior High School, Dr. Rodrigo Leal Directo.
Your early teachers must have deemed it wise to impart you their last NEHS instruction saying, carry on with the pursuit, learn the more by heart the lessons of life, where you enable your hands to create wealth, where you enable your heads to celebrate ideas and discoveries, where you enable your spirit to glorify the eternal most holy one. Through more science, this world improves in ways and means of living life, and in due time, you yourselves shall offer your most thought-of contributions to the file of high-status technologies. But remember using your art of knowing, and above all, knowing your ever-loving, supreme source of all knowledge and wisdom. Your beloved daughter, the NEHS Senior High School, always sings hymns of love, faith, and hope that one day you return to her in celebration of homecoming festivity, bringing home not only the academic, professional, and tekpok memento of usefulness, but also of the excellent certificates of your being good persons, good professionals, good citizens, and good servant leaders in your would-be chosen fields. Magpasya kayo ng maaga na inyong gugulin ang inyong kabataan sa paghahanda. Sikaping marating ang kahandaang magsasakatuparan sa lahat ninyong pangarap. Igupo ang bawat anyo ng kahirapan, itanyag na ilunsad ang matibay na pundasyon ng malikhaing pagunlad. Bawat isa ay masaya, malusog, payapa, maayos, at piliing maging masayang tagapaglingkod para sa kabutihang panlahat. Manatiling makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. May the Lord of Heavens love, guide, and help you always.
It is time to give thanks and acknowledge the students for their time and effort of giving vanity to their beloved alma mater. The following are the students who brought pride and honor to the school through their knowledge, skills, talents, and capabilities. Every year, the school chose students who excelled in the different fields of learning, such as arts, mathematics, social sciences, communication arts, as well as leadership. For this year, let us give due recognition to the deserving students for their excellent performance in various fields based on the criteria set by the Department of Education. Ladies and gentlemen, the special awards for this year 2019-2020. education is an essential tool for achieving a sustainable future for our children, and behind the system of education, we have the people who deserve more than just recognition, for they were the ones who polish and nourish the students, the children of our future. They are none other than the parents. For this celebration of success, we would like to be part of this. Thus, our salutatorian of batch 2019-2020, Miss Lena Q. Nagaosa, STEM 12 Copernicus, will give tribute to the parents.
Para po sa ating minamahal na school principal, assistant principals, staffs, teachers, parents, and students, isang mapagpalang araw po sa ating lahat. Ako po, si Lena Q. Nagaosa, mula sa STEM 12B Copernicus ay naatasan upang magbigay ng mensahe para sa ating mga minamahal na magulang. Bago po ako magsimula ay gusto ko lamang pong ipaabot ang aking pagbati para sa inyong lahat na magsisitapos ngayong taon. Nung nabanggit po na ako'y magbibigay ng mensahe para sa ating mga minamahal na magulang, ay may iilang tanong po na napako sa aking isipan. Isa na po dito ay, paano ko kaya mailalatag sa salita ang pasasalamat para sa ating mga magulang? Ang sabi ng karamihan, gagawin daw ng magulang ang lahat para sa kanyang mga anak. Lumaki po ako na binibigay po sa akin ng lahat, kung kaya't akala ko ay madali lang ang buhay. Walang hirap at laging andyan lang ang pera. Kung kaya't madalang lang ako magpasalamat at sabihin sa mga magulang ko na mahal ko sila. Pero nung lumaki na po ako ay namulat ang aking mga mata na ang simpleng bangon na anak o ang paghahanda ng almusal para sa atin ng ating mga magulang ay hindi madali. Pati na rin ang pagpapaaral at pagbili ng mga bagay na gusto natin. Napakadaming sakripisyo po ang ginawa ng aking mga magulang para sa amin. At alam ko pong hindi lang po ang mga magulang ko ang ganito, kundi kayo rin po na mga nanonood nito. Hindi man po sapat, pero taos puso po akong nagpapasalamat sa inyong lahat. Hindi po matatawaran ng kahit anong bagay ang inyong pagmamahal para sa inyong mga anak. At para naman po sa mga anak na nanonood ngayon, ay nais ko lamang pong sabihin na sana po iparamdam nyo ang inyong pagmamahal at pasasalamat sa inyong mga magulang hanggat nandyan pa sila. Mahirap pagsisi sa huli sa mga bagay na wala na. Ang mga magulang, hindi po perpektong tao yan. Pero ginagawa po nila ang lahat para maging isang perpektong ama at ina. Ang totoo po niyan ay isa rin po ako sa mga anak na kung saan ay nagrebelde laban sa kanilang mga magulang. Akala ko po kasi hindi ako mahal, hindi ako naiintindihan, at hindi ako ang prioridad nila. Nagawa ko pong sagot-sagutin ang mga magulang ko noon. Ngunit nung nakita ko po silang umiyak nang dahil sa akin, ay napagtanto ko pong mali ako at kailangan ko magbago. Kung kaya't po ginawa ko ang lahat para maging proud sila sa akin. Sumali po ako sa iba't ibang mga patimpalak, mapa, school man o ibang lugar. Wala po akong pinipiling patimpalak, sinasalihan ko po lahat kasi akala ko po magiging proud po sila sa akin kapag nananalo ako. Pero dumating po ang araw na nalaman ko po na proud po pala sila sa akin kahit na manalo o matalo. Proud sila sa akin dahil anak nila ako. Nariyan din po ang pangalawang magulang natin, ang ating mga minamahal na guro. Gusto ko lamang pong magpasalamat sa inyo dahil pinaramdam nyo po sa amin na hindi po kami nag-iisa sa laban ng buhay, na andyan po kayo palagi para sa amin. And for that, maraming salamat po. Isang paalala lang po para sa mga magulang, sana po ay pakinggan nyo rin po kami at kamustahin nyo po paminsan-minsan dahil alam ko po na karamihan sa mga kabataan ngayon ay malayo na ang puso sa kanilang mga magulang. Iwasan din po sana ang pagkukumpara dahil hindi ko man po naranasan ay alam ko pong masakit po iyon sa parte naming mga anak. Bago po ako magwakas ay gusto ko lamang pong kunin ang pagkakataon upang magpasalamat sa aking nanay, tatay, lola, lolo at kay Ara. Maraming salamat po sa pagmamahal na ibinibigay niyo po sa akin si araw-araw. At konti na lang po, ako na po ang magtatrabaho para sa atin. Mahal na mahal ko po kayo at walang kahit anong bagay ang makakapagtanggi noon. Muli, ako po si Lena Q. Nagaosa mula sa STEM 12B Copernicus at maligayang pagtatapos.
It is an honor and privilege to introduce our keynote speaker for this year's commencement exercises. He is an alumnus of Nueva Ecija High School, batch 1970. He finished his bachelor's degree in Arroyo Lyceum. He completed his computer courses in the National Computer Center. He also completed 48 units in Master of Business Administration at the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila. He is a certified public accountant, and before joining the government, he worked as an auditor in Sisip Gores Velayo and Company. He is a retired government officer of the Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation as a senior vice president, Regional Management Group. He was a pioneer employee of PCIC. He worked for the corporation for 37 years and 9 months since April of 1981. He supervised the operations of its 13 regional offices, its business development and marketing department, and actuarial research and product valuation department. He also headed the insurance committee. For 37 years of experience in insurance operations, he was involved as a lead person in the development of agricultural insurance products such as crop insurance, livestock insurance, fisheries aquaculture insurance, non-crop agricultural asset insurance, innovative agricultural insurance products, weather index-based insurance, area-based yield index insurance, yield insurance for high-value crops, as well as credit and life-term insurance for farmers and fisher folks. He led the development and updating of systems and procedures on marketing, underwriting, claims verification, and loss adjustment, accounting, and auditing. He also participated in the development of ICT applications for agricultural insurance and financial management systems, including the use of tablet technology for claims verification and loss adjustment. In 2019, he was hired as consultant by GIZ Thailand in 2 projects, namely, study on integrating crop insurance into crop sector-related policies of ASEAN and synergies and cooperation among related ASEAN bodies to crop insurance. Second is the elaboration and finalization of the ASEAN Cooperation Project proposal on promotion of agriculture crop insurance in ASEAN through public and private partnership and CDF Canada regarding pre-feasibility study for developing appropriate agricultural microinsurance products for farmers involved in coconut, cacao, and coffee production. He has prepared published papers regarding agricultural insurance and related topics. He also participated in various local and international conferences and provided lectures on agricultural insurance and related fields in the Philippines and many other countries. Currently, he is involved in consultancy and other services in the following areas: crop agricultural insurance and related fields, accounting and auditing services, management, finance, business development and marketing, leasing and selling real estate properties. His government civil service eligibilities include Career Executive Service Officer 5 and EDP Specialist Systems Analysis and Design. He is also a licensed real estate broker. Ladies and gentlemen, our keynote speaker for this year's commencement exercises, the Vice President of the Nueva Ecija High School Alumni Association, Mr. Norman R. Cajucom, CPA.
Dr. Rodrigo Directo, Dr. Maria Lourdes Ramirez, Dr. Jenny Olego, Dr. Elsa Galiste, Dr. Leonides Bolalaya, members of the faculty, parents, and guests. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay ang Nueva Ecija High School. And to the senior high school graduates, congratulations for a job well done. I am deeply honored to be chosen as a speaker in your graduation. It comes at a special time since our batch is celebrating our Golden Jubilee this year as graduate of Nueva Ecija High School. It also comes at a time when we are entering a new world order, a new normal where virtual has been made possible by business modernization and now a necessity because of the pandemic. For the first time ever, we are no longer in one physical venue like an auditorium. Instead, we are in different places being brought together by the internet in one e-conference. This is very challenging for me, and I hope I am able to keep your interest. I am proud to be a Nueva Ecija High School graduate. It is a prestigious school that has produced many successful graduates in various professions in the government and private sectors here in our country and even abroad. We owe this to our teachers who painstakingly taught us through the years. I have high respect for teachers, for my own parents were also teachers who graduated from this school, and I have seen their dedication and hard work in carrying out their tasks as educators. My father, Norberto, was a judge. He taught law subjects in night classes at Arroyo Lyceum, while my mother, Gloria, was Dean of College of Education at Central Luzon Polytechnic College. Graduates, allow me to give you 3 advices which I hope you will consider and learn from. The first is, value what you learn from high school. What you learn in high school will be useful in your future career. In my case, I took up accountancy and became a CPA. I worked with the auditing firm of Sisip Gores and Belayo before I joined the Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation. It is a government financial institution providing agricultural insurance to our farmers and fisherfolk. From being an accountant, then controller, I went on to become a regional manager where I started to apply what I learned 50 years ago in high school and elementary. The knowledge and experience I gained in our agriculture, gardening subject, as well as in biology, serve as my foundation in my dealing with the agriculturists in the corporation. Under our agriculture subject, we planted several kinds of vegetables, including rice and corn, and tended to this until the plants bore fruit for harvest. We also learned about the food chain involving plants, animals, and livestock. My knowledge in agriculture and biology enabled me to understand and supervise graduates of agriculture and in developing crop and livestock insurance products. I was later promoted to Senior Vice President with PCIC with the job of overseeing and managing the agricultural insurance operations of 13 regional offices nationwide. When I retired in 2019, I was hired by certain international organizations to provide consultancy services. Now you see what I learned here in high school had been useful in my career. It is unfortunate that agriculture is not a subject being taught now in junior high school. Under the senior high school program, I learned there is an agri-fisheries strand, but it is not yet offered in Nueva Ecija High School as the funds for the needed facilities as well as training of teachers for this track is not yet available. In some commission papers I submitted to local and international organizations, I recommended the inclusion, enhancement of agriculture subject in all levels of education in the Philippines, considering that our country is rich in agricultural and forest lands and fisheries resources. Our province, Nueva Ecija, is the rice granary of the Philippines. My second advice is related to a lesson that I learned in our literature subject, specifically from the poem of Robert Herrick, To the Virgins to Make Much of Time. This was written in the middle of the 17th century, and may I quote the first line, "Gather ye rose vines while ye may, all time is a flying, and this same flower that smiles today, tomorrow will be dying." Herrick advises people to use their time wisely while they are young. As all of you are young and about to begin a new stage in your life, you are given the choice to make the best of your time on beneficial endeavors. Spend it productively to achieve goals you set out for yourself before you lose the opportunity or become too old to do so. Remember, we can never turn back time. What you learn in high school will be useful in your future endeavors. You can use this as your strong foundation in college, in your future career, in your remaining life journey. Now, my third advice, not everything can be learned in school. You must supplement this with other skills and knowledge that you find interesting, as this will help you in your career. Well-known examples of this path are the successful careers of Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and Mark Zuckerberg, to name a few. You may read their life stories, discover your gifts, and develop this to help you in your career. As you are planning your life journey, you need to consider and navigate the current and forecasted conditions in the country and the global community. You will encounter these major challenges in the next chapter of your life. With the continued global warming, the world is continuously threatened by the destructive effects of climate change, causing food insecurity and rising poverty and unemployment, especially in developing countries like the Philippines. This year, another risk to our future emerged, and this is the COVID-19 pandemic, which now seriously affects our movements and economy. Let us all pray for early solution of this pandemic. Amid these challenges, the present conflict of territorial claims of the Philippines and several other countries in the South China Sea may gravely affect the peace and order situation and livelihood and opportunities of our countrymen if not addressed properly. This is an addition to national major issues which have to be addressed. The educated in our nation should share in the responsibility in doing something for the welfare of our country and our people, especially the poor. For smart people with noble intentions, there are opportunities under these circumstances, like crafting measures to arrest or alleviate the destructive effects of these bad situations. There are many relevant careers and science-based business ventures that may be considered to contribute in addressing the challenges posed by these problems, like occupations and business related to climate change adaptation and mitigation technologies, urban planning, social welfare, economics, agricultural modernization and food production, information and communications technology, robotics and artificial intelligence, medical and healthcare, biotechnology, safety and security, and mass communication, among others. For those planning to work abroad after completion of advanced education, it will interest you to know that the high-paying jobs in the USA in 2019 were medical and healthcare professionals, engineers, architects, information systems managers, pilots, marketing managers, financial managers, attorneys, and natural sciences managers, among others. I know some of you will now work after graduation. I would like to remind you that when you perform your work, take the extra mile to gain the needed advantage to succeed in your workplace. Discipline, hard work, and humility are some of the secrets of success. May I also advise you to continue developing yourself through self-education. Through this, you will become a valuable asset of your company. Read self-help books such as character building, teamwork, and other books related to your work or company's specific line of business. Lastly, when the opportunity comes, pursue higher education. Again, I would like to congratulate and praise the parents and all the people and friends who supported these students to complete their high school education. Graduates, remember your responsibility to them. Later, as you become breadwinner, it will be your turn to help your parents and elders. Also, when the time comes to celebrate your jubilee years, which starts on the 25th year after graduation, remember your alma mater. In our case, as we celebrated our 50th year, golden anniversary last April 2020, our class 1970, of which I serve as president for this jubilee year, decided to donate library equipment and tools to senior high school as our gift to our alma mater. We did this in gratitude for the education we received from Nueva Ecija High School. It was in a library where I learned many lessons that helped me in my career. It was also the place where I met my beautiful wife. In closing, I would like to thank the faculty for doing their best in molding the students and successfully accomplishing their tasks as mandated by the Ed, making the senior high school graduates handa sa kolehiyo, handa sa trabaho, at handa sa negosyo. Finally, for all of us, let's thank the Lord for making this graduation a reality. To Him be all glory. Thank you for listening. Stay safe. God bless us all. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of Nueva Ecija High School, Senior High School for 2019-2020. Starting off with the Humanities and Social Sciences Club, headed by Dr. Jose Pagtataguyod Jr., Master Teacher 2. From Units 12E, under the advisorship of Mr. N.A.S.D. Abitona Adrian Carl S. with honors. Baligod John Ryan G. with honors. Bambilia Angela with honors. Kabahil Raymond S. with honors. Carpio Cherry. De la Cruz Erlon A. with honors. De la Peña John Martin with honors. Diaz Yani M. with honors. Elazo Gerson P. with high honors. Estolamo Dexter M. with honors. Franco Tristan V. with high honors. Garland Carlos Antonio B. with high honors. Gafur Sani A. with highest honors. Gagelonia Jesse P. with high honors. Galos Christian Philip M. with honors. Medina Mike Glenner P. with high honor. Naga Romel E. Quito Andre Luis S. with honors. Ramirez Joshua A. Sangalang Michael Angelo B. Sansales Owen G. Santarina Joe Lance M. with high honors. Santos Marvin. Sanopo Angelo M. with honors. Ariel Vien S. with high honors. Tibay Justine June N. with honors. Velasquez Roche Josh P. with high honors. Iroso Danae Claire N. with honors. Boca Erneliza I. Bondo Murico B. with honors. Cabigas Alexandra M. with honors. Candelaria Jane A. with honors. Casio Josephine C. with high honors. Chuidian Shane Ashley V. with high honors. Cuevas Andrea Lane L. with honors. De Los Santos Angelina T. with honors. Domingo Mary Elizabeth M. with honors. Espiritu Bernadette R. with honors. Gutierrez Andrea G. with high honors. Jacob Maria Angelica with high honors. Lamar Jonalyn C. with honors. Lazatine Alphane A. with high honors. Legazpi Maria Isabella U. with high honors. Linsangan Colleen Ann with high honors. Magpayo Angelica V. with honors. Mendoza Bernardino M. with honors. Morales Charlene Joyce T. with high honors. Tonya Melissa A. with high honors. Santiago Edselin May P. with honors. Serrano Arley Yasmin S. with honors. Siringan Caroline G. with honors. Season Lizelle L. with honors. Soledad Ayumi N. with high honors. Torres Jolina Sam F. with high honors. From Youth 12 Spencer, under the advisorship of Ms. Michelle Ann Macapagal. Agudo National Team with honors. And Captain John Hubert VC with honors. Antonio Ritz Carlo M. with honors. Dolosa Jerry VC. Cusio Julian Carlos M. with honors. De Guzman Matthew Andre P. De Guzman Louis D. Francisco Jason T. Galindon Johan M. Hiron Renz O. Lilihan Alan C. with honors. Liwat Amadeo Dito T. Papagal Kenneth L. with honors. Montemayor Junel M. Octavo Ricky T. with honors. Perez Mark Kenneth B. Pineda J.D. M. with honors. Reyes Israel B. with honors. Rinuren Harold. Saldivar Genesis B. Sindayen Eldwin Josh M. Valisno Miguel Angelo G. Yambot Joshua Jason. Adswara Yoshabel C. with high honors. Apolinario Eloisa M. Balakar Jamaica May D. Benico Arlene May M. with honors. Umanlab Jennifer P. with high honors. Cosmelia Perez May P. with honors. De Dios Jamaica G. De Leon Eliza Jean S. De la Serna Raizel Angel D.S. with honors. Domingo Nina Cosette A. Echo Aubrey Joy B. Enriquez Realin DC, Ferrer April May D, Franco Princess Kyle A with high honors, Gendraule April Ann Lou F with high honors, Daughters Jeremy D with honors, Adiel Janine Daphne P with honors, Javier Jessa B with honors, Liena Erika V, Mangahas Natalie M, Maninas Jason May P, Manubay Anna Ladin I, Mendoza Adria Y with high honors, Rono Rosalind P, Hilinbirgo Stephanie S, San Diego Desiree A with honors, Valdez Joanna Marie T with honors, Victoria Sunshine S, from Hicks 12 level under the advisorship of Mr. Hill Alain de la Pena. Andante Jandel VC, Aquino Jeronimo VC, Baja Chanpo R, Canoza Adam T, Castillo Chanloyd C, Cepeda Zoe N with honors, Claudio Chan Nathaniel Y with high honors, Corpus Jeremiah N, Darwin Andre Z with honors, De La Cruz Aaron Chan R, Jerecho Piolo Ace N, Del Rosario Joseph Emmanuel E with honors, Duque Homer A, Esteban Francisco T, Flores Brian Carlo C, Gabales Nico S, Garcia Daddy Boy Q, Gonzalez Gerald D, Ibarola Liam John B, Lalik Angelito P, Mangalinaw John Michael E, Manglikmot Miguel C, Marcelo Jerecho O, Francis P. with honors. Monserrata Chanpol P. Paginto Mark Vergil Sonny P. Pascual Joey C. Pascual Rogi C. Rochina Elmer A. with highest honors. Santos David Noel P. Santos Jerry Juan with honors. Torres Chan Michael M. Sumale Mark Mel P. C with honors. Velasquez Gil Rico M. Villanueva Kenneth N. Arcelio Marjorie T. Argenio Maria Victorina F. Pag-ao Kyla Marie E. with honors. Bolisay Rian Lucia F. with honors. Bondok Desiree Y. with honors. Brigola Kathleen Joyce F. with highest honors. Kamlin Moini D.E. De la Cruz Pauline Joy D. Diaz Princess Ina A. Dingle Julian P. Estacio Raquel A. with honors. Evangelista Maria Clarice Joyce C. Jimenez Maxine M. with honors. Lagasca Alaisa Luis T. with honors. Leonardo Angeli G. with high honors. Mabalay Juvie B. with honors. Madrid Casey Kate G. with honors. Malyari Jasmine L. with honors. Manyal Sheila Myla V. with honors. Naganyo Kimberly D.G. Pene Justin Lorraine C. Pino Shanley Joy R. Regala Joanna Marie G. Santos Marion Kate B. Santos Mary Joyce A. with honors. Santos Pamela Jean R. with high honors. Sumokul City Rohani A.G. with honors.
The graduates from Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics strand, headed by Dr. Leonidas E. Bulalaya, Master Teacher 2.
From Stand 12 Mendeleev, under the advisorship of Ms. Mirabel C. Bautista. Atendido Michael Angelo T. with honors. Cajucom Rafael A. with honors. De Jesus Destiny P. with honors. De Lara Ellison Jack D. with honors. Desiderio Jeremy B. with honors. Estolano Lawrence M. with honors. Fineza Mike Jerecho M. with honors. Hobson Nico R. with honors. Laksamana Paulo S. with honors. Macapagal Gideon Carl G. with honors. Madarcos Jerome Vener B. with honors. Mariano Alvi John A. with honors. Medina Mark Ledner P. with honors. Nagano Tyron Frederick S. with high honors. Pascual Jairo P. with honors. Ramos Cedric V. with high honors. Romero Christian Ray P. with high honors. Rivera Neil Gideon D. with honors. Sales Jose Daniel B. with honors. Sandoval Alistair Ross C. with honors. Santos John Claude P. with high honors. Season Stephen S. with high honors. Valiarta Junel Cyril N. with high honors. Yabot Ryan Dave A. with honors. Abedoza Ria Joy Ch. with honors. Baguio Sophia Marie B. with honors. Calanok Maria Patricia E. with honors. Corpus Charity Lois R. with honors. Corpus Liana Marie G. with honors. Dasip Christian Eliga L. with honors. De la Cruz Shaina C. with honors. Domalanta Rosemary T. with honors. Francisco Luna Rica F. with honors. Malinaw Joyce Christine M. with high honors. Cornelia Shane Linex J. with honors. Palon Christine Joy M. with high honors. Pizarro Christine Ann T. with honors. San Pedro Daisy Jen T.M. with high honors. Sandoval Clarice Ann E. with high honors. Vergara Rian M. with honors. Santa Cruz, Master Teacher 2. Alvarez Benson A with high honors. Arreglo Erickson C with high honors. Quaresma Earl Kenneth E with honors. De Guzman Marl Denise DR with honors. De la Cruz Robin J P with honors. Evangelista John Francis S with honors. Lorenzo Mon Michael O with honors. Magbalita Mark Joseph H with honors. Maniego Jasper L with honors. Ocolor William D with honors. Paloma Jerecho C with honors. Elida Ian Lorenzo R with honors. Reyes John Joshua M with high honors. Rivera Albert D.G. with honors. Sikat Bart Ellis C. with honors. Tolentino Adrian Raisin S. with honors. Valino Mike Aaron T. with high honors. Anasan Hannah Pamela E. with honors. Arceles Mia Chris C. with high honors. Bautista Hannah Jane R. with honors. De Guzman Joan Francis D.S. with honors. De Leon Maria Jolina M. Edwin Justin Day S. with honors. Erangelo Chan Roma G. with honors. Lormata Sidney A. with honors. Manglikmot Maria Angelica F. with honors. Nagaosa Lena Q. with highest honors, batch salutatorian. Narvasa Seri May G. with high honors. Natividad Ramira Krisha R. with honors. Panahon Marian Joy I. with honors. Perez Sharina Joy A. with highest honors, batch valedictorian. Raka Janeline G.Y. with honors. Rufino Giselle Jed R. with high honors. Sabanal Erica Trixie V. with honors. Santa Maria Antoinette P. with honors. Fino Sheila Marie R. with honors.
Graduates of Batch 2020 from the Technical, Vocational, and Livelihood Strand, headed by Mr. John Larry Garcia, Master Teacher 2.
From TVL 12 MAS, under the advisorship of Miss Amona C. Jacinto, Master Teacher 2. Lawrence B. with honors. Amora Mark David F. Andres Ian Joseph M. Aquino Mark Joshua S. Assembly John Christian Earl P. Bagdaba Iris Lance Chester S. Duet Paul P. Cabrera Anastasio E. Carbonell Hilario Jr. O.P. with honors. Covarrubias Marvin P. De la Cruz Jeffrey T. Diaz Marlon E. Feliciano Jerome Juan. Garcia Pierre Vien O. Javier Joshua M. Jorge Justin Aaron E. Labrador Teddy Lee Jedel C. Manahan Anthony D.G. Manalastas Kevin I.L. Matalaysay Chris N. Mamahas Alvin Jr. T. Mariano Michael Red M. Mendez Rodley L. Morada Jovito Jr. A. Navales John Edward S. Navales Justin S. Navarosa Aldion Joshua. Pablo Ocho Bruce M. Perez Justin T. Ponce Ralph Will Andrew A. Puyat Hill Jr. R. Ramos Wayne Michael M. Ramos Jeffrey Boyd. Rivera John Carlos V. Luis Jos Aaron M. Sarmiento Mark Ian S.A. Sardenia Martin M. Simon Carl Jasper M. Sindayan Jardine L. Texon Emmanuel M. Trinidad Julius G. Tumi Lance Miguel T. Verdadero Roniel Jade D.
Arlington GIVL with honors. Kabigao Generals P with honors. Kapulong Angelina V. De Guzman Micael P. De la Cruz Angelica with honors. Diaz Ayone V. Fuentes Rodelin A with honors. Magsakay Catherine G. Manolo Raisa G with honors. Omboy Anashiva H. Pelaez Loreline P. Perez Victoria S. Sampana Migabea B. Sampana Micaela B. Solano Laika Joy G with honors. Suba Veronica Jones G. Sumapad Annalyn M. Sumaway Jenalyn B. Versosa Marimel Ann G. From TVL 12 Escoffier, under the advisorship of Mr. John Lander de Guzman. Abelardo Ashley M. Bartolome Sandre Lek P. with honors. Bibat Limuel E. Loras Joy Emmanuel P. Carlos Carl Russell C. Castro Renz Harvey R. Catalan Jefferson B. Aventa Joseph Jr. E. Cervantes Juan Drake. Delara Philip San A. Deus Mark Paulo M. Fariolin Ralph A. Francisco Kelvin R. Gabriel Daniel Angelo G. Garcia Ray Mark. Marcelo Bernardino T. Naga David A. Naval Romeo Jr. B. Mary Giancarlo L.
Joshua S. Sagales Giancarlo L. Soto Chan Mark. Sultan Chabar U. Tumangan Angelo D.C. Verdan John Michael D.S. Andrada Ashley V. Aninion Maika Joanna M. Bermudez Josel M. Ramonte Janice A. Cristobal Hannah Rose P. Deliega Marie White. Dictado Charlene P. Evangelista Danica C. Fermin Mika Jen R. Florence Cherries C. Garancho Arlene Chang F. Gonzalez Diana Marie B. Imperial May F. Romano Michael Rosel D. Manlik Mott Mylene C. Martin Jen Denzel N. Angelica Joy S. Naga Beverly B. Oriondo Ana Patricia R. Reyes Jenaline B. Salvador Sherilyn T. Talents Erica Ann G. Villanueva Jonalyn C.
The graduates from the Accountancy, Business and Management strand, headed by Mr. Rodolfo C. Tan, Master Teacher 1.
From ADM 12 Gates, under the advisorship of Miss Lana Liza M. Calderon. Alora John Patrick M. Apilado Jomarin Chan A. with honors. Atacador Wardens D. Balboa Jerecho P. Cajucom Raymar S. with honors. Katulay Samuel L. De Guzman Mark Angelo N. with honors. De Leon John Michael G. De La Peña Hero Desvolt B. with honors. Jerecho Piolo O. Dizon Gian Kirby R. Evalion J. Ryan C. with honors. Fernando Alton Bernice S. with honors. Fonda Chad Aldrin J. Genova Juan Miguel D.C. with honors. Guevara Marchillo P. with honors. Dizon James Humphrey R. with honors. Inton Jean Patrick M. with honors. Isla Arden T. Lozano John Rain M. Manalili Marius C. with honors. Mendoza Angelian Y. with honors. Navarro Brent Nicholson with honors. Nopalia Joshua B. Parungao Emmanuel T. with honors. Rodiel Jeff T. Raymond E. Rojas Mark W. S. with honors. Sales Christopher M. with honors. Santiago Ian Charles R. with honors. Santos Francis Noel P. Santos Glenfrey R. with honors. Shapno Rodniel S. Season RPI with honors. Tangunan Rex DC. Valderrama Arvin TC with honors. Villados Chimwell B. Yansuan Mark DC with honors. Ancheta Marian Angel G. Balingit Alexandra with honors. Blase Aileen Nico S.M. Bolisay Catherine M. with high honors. Rangelo Rona Marie M. with honors. Casareno Cecil A. with honors. Cuenca Jelaine Marie S. with honors. Duruin Pauline T. with honors. Garcia Christian Joy A. with honors. Marañon Jonalyn DC with honors. Mejia Raqueliza C. with honors. Navarro Christine Joyce. Pastrana Mary Rose D. Ramos Cecil Joyce with honors. with honors. Velasquez Lariz R. with honors. Yambot Robelin B. with honors. From ABM 12, Carlos Lim Hello, under the advisorship of Mr. Jerecho S. Bernardino, MSDA. Aranel Ronel A. with honors. Badlis Joshua B. Baltazar Reniel T. Bernardo Prince Enrique S. with honors. Dimlao Cardelis R. with honors. Gomez Ernie with honors. Emelia Wilmer Jr. V. with honors. Isidro Carlos Duval. Rivera Gibson R. with honors. Taruk Angelo Julius G. Torres Kyle B. with honors. Abiod Micaela M. with honors. Aguilar Maria Ana A. with honors. Alagon Angela D.C. with honors. Alejo Princess Alea M. with honors. Bondo Julien Pierre Ch. with honors. Kaperlak Hani Maika S. with honors. Carmona Ledeza with honors. Coronel Aliza Pearl E. with honors. Cortez Trisha May Diane M. with honors. Hilda Aliza Cole I. with honors. De Los Santos Cristina P. with honors. Domingo Mariz with honors. Empire Francis Jane D.C. Enriquez Kate Margaret M. Fajardo Ella G. with honors. Francisco Angelica I. with honors. Garcia Samantha Lady D.M. with honors. Garcia Ashley Lynette T. with honors. Nita Pauline D.C. with honors. Javier Lady Ann R. with honors. Lianyo Divine May C. with high honors. Lumos Christine Ann T. with honors. Luna Queen V. with honors. Maneja Irene B. with honors. Medrano Chaname F. with high honors. Mercado Christine M. with honors. Nuku Kia Abigail H. with honors. Orbasido Claudine Dane R. with honors. Padilla Nina Francesca C. with honors. Parumo Lorilyn L. with honors. Peralta Lois Ann Margaret C. with honors. Estaño Jennifer May N. with honors. Rivera Leila Stacy S.C. with honors. Romero Alisa V. with honors. Sangala Arlene Joy R. with honors. Sarmiento May Claire B. with honors. Solano Lovely Joy D.L. with honors. Soriano Micaela O. with honors. Sumang Georgia G. with honors. Taborada Melody Joy T. Valino R.J. Cristel E. with honors. From ABM 12 Buffy, under the advisorship of Miss Diana S. Simon and Balagtas Mark Angelo P. with honors. De Jesus Christian Aaron F. Danilo Ivan Joshua A. with honors. Ibarca Chadwick O. Manuel James Marion R. with high honors. Mendoza Giancarlo L. with honors. Nepomuceno Nico V. with honors. Parika John S. Ramones Brent Allen C. with honors. Rayo Jean Andre Roy J. Sarmiento Lawrence Paul L. Almiroy Jeremy D. Andasan Iris Shin O. with honors. Aprian Justin L. Basa Angela P. Basa Kate Margaret F. Bauto Hazel V. with honors. Bondok Abigail S. Kabagan Mia Bernadette S. De Guzman Mary Joy D. De la Cruz Diana Lee. De la Cruz Lycomay S. De Los Santos Ronaldin A. with honors. Estrella Jane S.
Eugenio Baita Osea C. Galapon Mika V. Empezao Alexis Joy P. with honors. Gomez Isabel Ann C. Rospe Giselle S. Jacinto Rachel N. Macario Ira Joy V. with honors. Manalili Jubilin M. with honors. Mariano Jardine Joy N. Orane Bessie C. Prisima Christine Joy T. with honors. Ramos Jane Hazel with honors. Ramos Rosemary Angel High with honors. Ridon Aliza Gian F. Tolentino Shin May L. Valino Roxanne S.R. Velasco Reaan S. with honors. Yamat Jim Lion C. with honors.
The graduates from the General Academic Strand, headed by Dr. Genevieve M. Sindak, Master Teacher 2.
From CAS 12 Po, under the advisorship of Ms. Diana C. Gabuyo, Master Teacher 2. Adesas John Louis C. with honors. Amba Raniel P.M. Belonio Marcelo V. with honors. Corpus Raniel A. with honors. De Guzman Lester Ace P. Domingo Jerome A. Espiritu Channeling V. Isidro Renz Kenneth C. with honors. Jacinto Joshua Z. Havate Emmanuel A. Macapagal Louis C. Malyari Cherry D.C. Martin Matthew F. Mata Aaron Jerio M. Paet F. Jairo Chan D. with honors. Regacho Roger D.C. with honors. Ritual John Kenneth D. Rufo Chan Lloyd L. Sinapilo Ken G. Tagyang Jerome P. Valino Michael E. Juliafer Ann D. with honors. Angeles Gina T. with honors. Atuan Janela D. Balboa Catherine T. with honors. Carlos Carmelia A. with honors. Dal Jonah R. Rosa Jenna Ann A. Duran Denisa S. Fernando Christine D. W. Jamie M. with honors. Garanjo Natasha J. A. with high honors. Garcia Charmaine C. Garcia Myra I. Ledres Wiki Joy R. Lina Angelica L. with honors. Magolhado Jonalyn M. with honors. Manalang Colleen L. with honors. Paraiso Kathleen Jade L. with honors. Pascual Shane Irish M. with high honors. Reyes Kimberly Ann F. with honors. Rivera Evans Melvin M. with honors. Rodriguez Eloisa E. with high honors. Santos Karen Joy M. with honors. Sobrepeña Therese with honors. Surbano Iradel R. with honors. Viernes Yana Eunice G. From Gas 12 Shakespeare, under the advisorship of Mr. Jerecho Salansang and Jeremy Bauer. Ararangol Jimboy T. with honors. Horace Mark Lawrence M. Dante Aldrin M. with honors. Cariaga Aldrin M. Casamilio Hanson Ann with honors. Cordero Joshua C. with honors. Betuno Jimbo S. De la Cruz John Angelo D. Escuadro JVS with honors. Iniwan Gian Marlo F. Leoncio John Larry L. Mananaysay Edgar J. with honors. Manansala Jefferson T. with honors. Osmeña Godwin T.
Salazar Quezon M. Santos Chan Riman C. Tolentino Aaron with honors. Torres Spencer A. Alex Jamalia B. Apan Maniela Rose M. Arcibao Abigail A. Valdegara Lucy T. Kamansi Chovelin A. Carpio Carmela G. Collado Jaisel S. with honors. Cuevas Marian Ray Tate. De la Cruz Alison Joy V. De la Cruz Emily S. Garcia Love. Garcia Maria Iselda C. with honors. Guillermo Janela Isa E. with honors. Jimenez Mary Paz P. with honors. Mendoza Elaine D.S. Ocampo Irishman D.M. Organiza Catherine V. Quezon Riame T. Restura Jean Kyla T. Reyes Lakime M. Sawit Vian R. Simbulan Kim LG V. with honors. Soponko Hanane P. Toledanes Hanamila F. with honors. Vicente Maria Kyla C. with honors. From class 12 Nueva under the advisorship of Ms. Ronaldine Sabat. Anastasio Kenneth D. Bautista Patrick B. Siriaco JVI. Dakayo Joshua R. with high honors. De la Vega Kevin with honors. De los Santos John Paulo M. Fajardo Paulo J. with honors. Ferber Datu Wand J. Flores Marito DG.
Joshua Miguel M. Orcales Dan Ephraim L. Pajarillo Joshua V. with honors. Reselva Rolando A. Rosales Nathan Jerecho T. San Antonio John Mark S. Ilarde Rainiel L. Abordo Ruby C. with honors. Aguan de Novelin S. Amorim Patricia Joy T. with honors. Aranego General A. with honors. Balakis Amanda M. with honors. Barcelona Angel with honors. Beltran Romelin Ray A. Bobares Erica S. with honors. Castro Rika May J. with honors. De Guzman Monica with honors. Domingo Althea Jane P. with high honors. Ferrer Azalame T. with honors. Garcia Jessamine B. with honors. Lapitan Berhea Beatriz S. with honors. Macarake Jerica U. with honors. Makatapay Angelica L. with honors. Matahas Hazel Rose. Marzan Venus T. with high honors. Parika Haven Page R. with high honors. Quejada Sandra G. with honors. Rama Natasha E. with honors. Reyes Aubrey Jadel G. Santos Ivy May A. with honors. Silva Elame C. with honors. Simbulan Jessa D. with honors.
Each of us must climb a mountain to reach the zenith of our own dreams. Yet, you still have miles to go, and that you have not reached the top yet. But this is already something we have to celebrate now. For finally, you had taken the initial step, the basic education, which serves as the most important tool as each continue to travel towards success. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all be part of the celebration of success as we hear the heartfelt message from our valedictorian of batch 2019-2020, Ms. Sharina O. Perez from STEM 12 Copernicus.
To the dream of yesterday, to the hope of today, to the reality of tomorrow. To us, congratulations. Welcome to Nueva Ecija High School, Senior High School, 3rd graduation ceremony. Or should I say, first virtual graduation ceremony. On behalf of the NEHS-SHS graduating class of 2020, I convey my humble greetings to our distinguished keynote speaker and the Vice President of NEHS Alumni Association, Mr. Norman Cajucom. To our Principal, Mr. Rodrigo L. Jerecho, to our Assistant Principals, and to the faculty and staff of our beloved alma mater. I deem it wise to extend my heartfelt gratitude and recognition to our parents and mentors who are the guiding light of our long journey to excellence, to our friends who in their own little way have helped in the fulfillment of ourselves, and most of all, to our living God, whom we owe everything. The reason why at this moment I'm here again, speaking in front of you, giving my valedictory address. I, Sharina Joy A. Perez, humbly pledge to give them honor and glory. Who would have imagined that one of our long-awaited life events would be like this? No dashing stage, caps and gowns, flashing cameras, shrinking crowd, nothing of everything you've imagined. Just you sitting in wherever room in your house, watching this 5-minute video of mine with your mundane clothes and face. I see you. Witnessing how briskly the society shut its doors and locked itself down brought me an eerie feeling. As though we've all been forced to enter a stringent routine without reasonable time to prepare and adjust. The freedom we hold before has now been compromised in the middle of uncertainty and injustices. Acknowledge these streams of negativity, but may we also acknowledge that these streams carry a vital message to humanity. I remember not knowing that March 13 would be my last day in school. As I look back on my journal entry that day, it just revolves around bookbinding and submitting some requirements for capstone and II, accounting for a total of 4 full-blown scientific research papers. Shout out Custom, we survive. Ticking off boxes from my to-do list surely bring me satisfaction, but after knowing that schools need to abruptly close starting then, it turns into regret. I do not regret submitting what needs to be submitted because that was me complying with my duty and responsibility, but I do regret spending that day perfecting one thing whilst forgetting all the other things that really matter in the end. As students, we master the arts of following in accordance to a schedule. Admittedly, as I'm thinking of a subject that would best represent what I wanted to say in this speech, my previous class schedule that I'm yet to unstock on my wall caught my interest. Contrary to my valedictory address 2 years ago, I wanted to make this one less formal and more personal. Less of my earthly achievements and more of my God-given learnings. So as to serve as a reminder to me and to you that our authentic selves are far more valuable than our ideal selves. As someone who is struggling to be a morning person, I usually wake up at 6:30 or 7 through my mom's raging voice. Yes, I often enter the room later than 7:30, and I am not encouraging you to do the same and be late, but rather to say that this is normal. Some of us enter the room first, while some of us enter the room last. But at the end of the day, it is not a matter of who's first, who's in the middle, or who's last, but of who has the ability to adopt, to listen, and to truly learn. It's about how you're utilizing the time being granted to you. The journey itself outweighs the beginning. Some of you think that you're inferior because someone comes first who is better than you, whereas some of you think that you're superior because of something you hold that others don't. But let me remind you that your speed does not matter. You only have to work and walk at your own pace, and don't focus on those ahead of you or those behind you, because the only time you should pay attention to them is when they fall down, so you could help them. Remember that in this life, we grow at different rates. Ernest Hemingway once said, "There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self." And I couldn't stress more the importance of humility in our lives, for that is one of the living principles that saved me. May we all work to become, not to acquire. Everything we have is not ours, it's His. After 3 to 4 hours of structured learning from our morning classes, we then have an hour of lunch where we mentally and emotionally recharge. This somehow is telling us that there must be balance in our lives. Yes, academic success is something that our future self will thank us for, but it is definitely not the only form of success we could have. There are times when I do become competitive, particularly when I try to defend or achieve a title because there's this pressure to win. But as He let me find and establish more of myself, I then learned that building meaningful connections with people that maybe I will or won't meet ever again bring more fulfillment and learnings. You may forget the specific place where you get each one of your collected medals, trophies, certificates, but your shared history with other people will always have a specific place in your memory. May we see the things that are truly important in this God-given life of ours. And may we have the courage to remove our attachments from anything or anyone that removes us from life. After lunch, we need to embark on another episode of learning from our afternoon classes. But this time, we no longer have the luxury of a 10-minute break. This somehow represents college life that we are yet to begin with. This is where our patience and independence will be tested, but the lessons and principles we learned from our morning classes from the past will surely be essential for us to conquer our present and champion our future, not only for ourselves, but for the nation. For the final part, at 4 p.m. onwards, we can finally go home and do whatever we want with the day's remaining time, or sometimes not, for there are works that still need to be done, which simply means that learning does not stop even after the class is dismissed, even after you graduate college, even after you become a professional, even after you succeed. Even if you hate it, learning is endless. But this time, we are no longer to follow a schedule because we are now to create one for ourselves. And at this point, keep in mind that human excellence means nothing unless it works with the consent and power of God. This year's theme, Sulong Edukalidad, Pagtataguyod sa Kinabukasan ng Bayan, extends an appropriate invitation to each one of us. We have to admit that incorporating distance learning at this challenging time is challenging. Not many of us have accessibility to resources. Not many of us have the support system that is required to engage into this new way of learning. Like you, it is my deepest desire to see all of us transcend over these limitations. But for someone like me, who is not yet capable of giving physical contributions, I believe that offering a fervent prayer in times like this would be of great help. May we stand and hold on firmly to our faith that the things that seem impossible with men are possible with God. To quote, sometimes God will put you in the battle empty-handed so that when you do get the victory, you'll know it wasn't you, but Him. If God is for us, who can be against us? We are destined to have obstacles to conquer, goals to achieve, and a purpose to fulfill. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. The time has come for us to begin a new beginning. To our teachers, I wanted you all to know that there is no more noble occupation in the world than to assist another human being to help someone succeed. And so we thank you for depositing and developing greatness within us that will continue to nurture. To our parents, we are grateful more than words for accepting God's gift of life to you that enabled us to have a life full of love. This victory from God is yours. We love you. And to our brothers and sisters of faith from Glorious Seventh-day Adventist Church, Philippine Mission, thank you for the wisdom and light you bring in our lives. To God, thank you for always giving us more than what we've asked for. We surrender it all to you. And to my STEM family, to my fellow graduates, at this point, I wish you, us, a blessed life ahead. May He help us achieve our ultimate goals, find our genuine purpose, and may excellence be with us always. Together, let's achieve most. Together, let's embrace leadership, excellence, accountability, and discipline. Together, let us all take the lead. As God proclaimed, He knows His plans for us, plans to prosper us and not to harm us, plans to give us hope and a future. Congratulations to the dream of yesterday, to the hope of today, and to the reality of tomorrow. The highest glory be to God.
Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated, all tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. Mama said, something for oddities, stranger cruises. Ain't ever wannabes, winning the novelties that don't ever change. We wanted everything, wanted everything. Stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Oh, stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Mama said,